Hello, and thank you for joining us for Networking with a Personal Brand, a virtual program of the Allen County Public Library. My name is Ian from Work One, and I'll be the host for today's program. Our moderator is Crystala, our senior librarian with the Allen County Public Library. Our co-host is Tracy, assistant manager of reader services at the Allen County Public Library. So Tracy's going to start us off today.
Good morning, everybody. So just so everyone's aware, this program is being recorded. In order to improve the quality of everyone's listening experience, your microphones have been muted. If you have a question or comment, please use the chat option, which is down at the bottom, and we will facilitate the conversation as we go. Crystal will be working through the questions, and so we'll get to most of those at the end of the program. But we're off. Back to you, Ian.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. So just as a reminder, this program is presented in partnership between the Allen County Library and Work One Northeast today. And our programs are equal opportunity. So Work One programs are equal opportunity programs. And we do offer auxiliary aids. They are available upon request to individuals with disabilities. For today's programming, if you are watching from your smart device, such as a smartphone or tablet, and you need to expand the view of the PowerPoint, you could simply just use your fingers and cross them this way, and that will expand your view of the PowerPoint. If you're watching on a desktop computer or a laptop, in the upper right-hand corner of your browser, there's a magnifying glass. You could click on that, and that will zoom in your view. For today's agenda, there is a handout that you will have received with your registration with the Allen County Public Library. And if you had printed that out, which you don't necessarily have to, it'll look like this. But you'll have that to go along with today. And we'll be talking about the definitions, personal branding, social media image, marketing, and networking. So we'll go ahead and get started today. And I want you to think about what comes to mind when you see these brands. So Target with the red logo, Coca-Cola with the red can, the Nike Swish, Pringles and a can, but not the bag. I'm sure there are many, many more. Each of these companies have formed an image for themselves. You need to differentiate yourself from the competition in the job market, just like these companies have separated themselves from other companies. Your job is to identify those qualities and characteristics within you that differentiates your unique promise of value and resonates with your target audience. The challenge is making sure that you're sending a consistent message. Personal branding versus a personal brand. Personal branding is a process. It's the conscious and intentional effort to create and influence a public perception of an individual. Personal brand is an outcome. It's a widely recognized and uniform perception or impression of an individual based on their experience, competencies, actions, and personality. Personal brand is a newer way to say reputation. So, how do you start personal branding? You can look at page 3 of your handout for examples of questions to ask yourself and others. But think of yourself as a product and what you're trying to sell. What are your selling points? What are you known for? Ask family, friends, coworkers, both previous and current, how they perceive you. You need to know the good and the bad. The bad is an opportunity to improve. You may be surprised by what others say, as we tend to have a different view of yourselves. So again, take a look at the questions and statements on page 3 of things that you can ask yourself and others. So how do you start personal branding? After you get the feedback from others, find the words that were most often used to describe you. That is your current brand. Examples could be reliable, friendly, creative, or loyal. You need to determine if you're happy with your current brand or if you need to make changes in your life to create a new brand. There may be some negative feedback like you're always late or you're unreliable. It's hard to hear negative things about yourself, but if you need to hear the honest feedback, you need to hear that honest feedback so you know what your personal brand currently is. You need to make a list of words used to describe you that are negative. Ones that have the same meaning can be lumped together. If someone said that you're late and another person said that you're tardy, it's the same thing, so it's only one item to change. Make a plan to how to change the things that you can. If someone says that you lack computer skills, take a class or a free workshop to improve those skills. Be patient. It takes time for change. You can't change your brand or image overnight. Make an effort to change your habits. If people said that you're not sociable or you seem unfriendly, it may be because that you're just nervous around new people or in large groups. This is not an easy thing to change. It will take time and it will take practice to become comfortable speaking in large groups or around strangers. You want to focus on changing the things that seem the easiest first. If people describe your appearance as lazy or comfortable, you may need to start dressing more professional if you want to create a professional brand. You may need to buy some new clothes or take the time to style your hair. If people say that you're late all the time, you can't just start by showing up once and even early on time to change their opinion of you. If you do that, your personal brand isn't really just going to change. It needs to be consistent for them to change their view on you. Think about friends that maybe you care about, but you would not recommend them for a job because they're always late, or sometimes they don't even show up at all. Are you a friend like that? Don't give up. You will see a change in the way that people respond to you, as long as you make those changes. Follow up. After you have been making an effort for a while, follow up with the people that gave you negative feedback to see if they've noticed a change and see if the way that they described you would be different now. If they say no, ask them what else they believe that you could do. Your social media presence should match your personal brand. Many companies do search their applicants online. The accounts that you have, are they private or are they public? Do you have anything offensive or anything that contradicts the image that you are trying to portray? Search your name online and see how easy you are to find and what information a stranger would see. An example would be that you're wanting to work for an animal rights organization, but you have a profile picture of you in a fur coat. The picture of you in a fur coat could be fake, and it could be a Photoshop picture as a joke, but an employer would not know that. If an employer is going through 20 plus applicants, they're looking to remove people from that list first. They can do that by looking at your social media accounts and determining what they feel is your image or brand. Have you seen pictures of people partying, maybe to the extreme? Maybe you guys have seen people bad-mouthing their former or their current employers. How many of you guys out there have seen that? People bad-mouthing their current employers, their former employers, people out there that's been partying to extreme. Go ahead and use the features here in Zoom for that. You can raise your hand or you can put something in the chat. Have you guys seen that around here lately? A couple hands going up. I agree. We have seen that around a lot lately. And that's not something that you would want on your personal brand if you're job shopping around out there. Let's take a look at some of these social media examples. Jane Doe posted on August 23rd, "New top speed. The adrenaline rush is worth the ticket. No one was hurt, so don't comment about it being dangerous." Now, Jane has gotten a lot of attention on this. She's gotten 58 likes and reactions and 11 shares. Now, this person has applied to be the safety manager. As an employer, I would definitely be cautious about hiring someone who's responsible for the safety of the team, where they think it'd be okay to risk the lives of others on the road by driving 118 miles an hour. They certainly aren't concerned with the danger or breaking the laws. Jane's back. On October 2nd, "I am so over these stupid drivers." On September 30th, "I'm so sick of this weather." September 25th, "I need a new job. I work with a bunch of idiots. If someone knows of anything, let me know. I would start tomorrow." The person submitted their resume saying their best skills were patience and having a positive attitude. This certainly doesn't match that. For marketing, after you have your brand and your image ready, you need to start marketing yourself. Every company is different, so in what they need and want from an employee. So you may have to change your marketing strategies for different companies. First, you want to promote your best traits. You want to use the words used to describe your brand as well as your skills to match the positions that you're applying for. You want to make sure, as an example would be, if you have on your resume that you're reliable and an employer checks your references or they ask around about you, that they would hear that others also said that you are reliable. An employer would be glad for a couple of reasons. One is that others think that you're reliable, and two, that you know that your strengths. Three, that you are honest on your resume. You want to clearly state your objectives. Ensure that people know what type of position that you're looking for and in what area. You don't want to say any job close to home that doesn't show someone that you're serious about a specific career. You don't want to tell them that for a customer service position in the Fort Wayne area. Marketing only works when there's something specific to sell. Be consistent in your messaging in person, on paper, and online. An example would be that you want to speak to someone on the phone and you tell them that you're the best fit for the accounting department, but the resume that you send them says that your objective is in quality control and your LinkedIn page says that you're wanting to work in social services. Having these different objectives could put into doubt for that potential employer. It's okay to be interested in something different. As far as marketing tips being in person, on paper, and online, we'll be reviewing each of these in more detail. As far as in person, we want to be cautious about sounds, closeness, body contact, facial expressions, and eye movement. In-person meetings could be the first time that you meet someone, during an interview, or any time that you're interacting with someone. Remember, people tend to remember the first impression that you made of them. Be aware of the sounds that you make, how close you are to a person, whether or not to shake hands. Focus on how your facial expressions come across, and be aware of your eye movements. Be aware of where your hands are at. Be aware of what they are doing. If you are nodding or turning your head to look somewhere else, how your appearance comes across to others, and your posture. You need to pay attention to the ways that you communicate, including the tone that you use, the speed of your speech, the pauses, and what you choose to emphasize. All of these items in person are extremely important. For your in-person elevator speech, you want to make sure that you have a clear, concise bit of information that can be shared in the amount of time that it would take for an elevator ride from the top floor to the bottom. It's just a basic. My name is blank. I'm in the blank field and I'm looking to blank. Then you want to elaborate on your previous achievements, your experience, your education, special awards, and your skills. Let's take a look at a good example. Hello, my name is Chris Smith. I'm in my last semester of the Information Technology Bachelor Degree Program at PFW. Based on my interest in IT this past summer, I interned at ABC Programmers, which was a great experience. I'm very reliable, detail-oriented, and enjoy working in a team environment. I'm looking for an opportunity to join an innovative company in the technology field as part of their development team. Elevator speeches are great when you go into a company and you're asking for an application, when you're asked to say something about yourself in a meeting, or any time that you're networking, which we'll talk more about later. As far as marketing yourself on paper, that could be an application, a cover letter, a resume, or a thank you letter. All of these items are a place to market yourself. Remember to be consistent in your messaging. Use the words that developed your personal brand. List your skills that best match what the company is looking for. For marketing yourself on paper, you want to create a contact card. like a business card, to give people so they're able to contact you. Use both sides of the card. You want to include things like your name, your phone number, your email address, your tagline, and any of your social media pages that you want them to visit. We could see a couple examples here at the bottom of Chris Smith's card. He's got Chris Smith as his name on the front, that he's a computer programmer, his phone number and his email address on the left and right side. On the back side, he's got a tagline, making great things possible through technology. And then he's got his LinkedIn page link at the bottom of the back side of his card. This may seem like a little out of your comfort zone, but it's a great way to market yourself, and it gives others an easy way to keep your contact information. It's small and it will fit in a wallet or a purse easily. We'll be talking more about social media shortly. Having an online presence is a large part of marketing, whether it's a large company, a small-owned family business, or for a person. These items all help you form your personal brand and can help market you. These can be your usernames and profile name, your bio, your posts or blogs, and your website. People, especially potential employers, will notice different things when they're searching for you online. What is your username or handle name? Is it professional, funny, or offensive? What does your bio say about you? What do you post about or blog about? Do you have your own website? Where can they read about you? Create a personal website or use one of your social media platforms to create a place for potential employers to find out more about you professionally. This is a great way to market yourself, especially if you're in website design, as it's a way to prove how good you are at the job. If you're a photographer or a decorator, you can show off photos of your work. Think about all the people who have gotten jobs because the right person saw their videos or pictures on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. They're using social media to market themselves. So let's ask the question, what is networking? It's an action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. Networking is having others help market or connect you to employers. Many of us network in our personal lives all the time. We just don't think of it as networking. If you're selling a car, you normally tell friends and family to let you know if anyone's looking for one. Or if you're looking for someone to fix a leaky sink, you may go onto social media and post something that says you're looking for recommendations for a local plumber. Now, let's talk about what networking isn't. It's not asking others to find you a job or asking them to do the work for you, so you should never feel bad about networking. You are doing the work by putting your name out there. At times, people are embarrassed to tell others they're looking for work. You should never feel ashamed of working towards your goals and letting others know what your plans are. People will see your initiative and be inspired to help by telling others that you're looking or getting you connected to places hiring. So why network? You may hear of job openings that aren't public yet. Some employers tell their current staff about openings to get referrals before opening to the general public. You may get a reference from a current employee for a position you've already applied for. While networking, you may find out that a previous coworker currently works for an organization that you mailed out your resume to recently. They may be able to put a recommendation in for you since they already know that you have applied. Networking in person. This can be to family, to friends, past or present coworkers, classmates, maybe current or previous, members of your religious community, mentors, teachers, coaches, instructors, business associates, vendors, or suppliers, members of your clubs, car, books, fitness, or football, softball organizations. Do you have a friend or a family member that seems to just know everyone? If so, they're probably a good person to let know what type of work that you're looking for, as they may know someone in that field. Many of the people that you network with you may not know very well, but you probably do have something in common with, such as you attend the same yoga class. Networking in person. You attend the same professional or trade association meetings. Maybe you attend community networking events such as job fairs. Talk to other parents at extracurricular activities. Volunteer at an event or a business. Talk to neighbors. Strike up a conversation with someone else in line. Remember to always have your business cards with you, or at least pen and paper to write down your contact information to give to them and to get their contact information in return. You can intern, do walkathons, blood drives, or fundraisers, community events and festivals, garage sales, exhibit openings, or library lectures, weddings, and other social gatherings. A few tips. Be clear about your objectives. Ask for referrals. Appreciate those who give you referrals. Always have your contact card or paper and pen. Take notes on who you meet. Listen to what others are telling you. Request contact information in writing and follow up. Show appreciation to those who give you referrals with a simple thank you note. Remember to return the favor if you know something that they may be interested in. We said before we go into more detail about networking online. Networking online is a great way to reach a much larger audience. There are many different platforms you can use. The 3 listed on the slide are just a few examples, such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons of social networking. Pros combines the traditional networking with the internet. It connects people with similar interests and goals. It removes geographic barriers, and it provides interaction. Some of the cons: you must be interactive to be successful, consistently blogging or posting. You can provide too much personal information. You do risk providing inappropriate information, and you run the risk of interacting with cyber criminals. As far as Twitter, you can use Twitter as a microblogging site. It's limited to 280 characters per tweet. It connects to others within your chosen field. It will give you insider information and provides information on conferences, trends, and etc. It provides exposure and credibility. It provides opportunity to showcase your expertise. And as of September of 2020, there's 330 million active users and 145 million daily users. Work1 Northeast has a Twitter account, the @work1ne. Many companies will tweet if they have job openings. Another common social media platform is Facebook. It's the largest social networking site with 2.7 billion monthly users as of September 2020. Most recruiters check out a person's Facebook profile prior to scheduling an interview. Joining groups and liking pages certainly gives you more exposure, and it has extensive privacy options. Sometimes simply just liking the Facebook page of a potential employer will get your name circulating. Many counties or towns have a Facebook pages for job postings, and Work1 does have a Facebook page where we post hiring events, and it is called Work1 Northeast. We're going to use this example again because this is not the way to network using social media. Yes, they're letting others know they're looking for work, but they also spoke negatively about their current place of employment and basically just said they would leave without notice. So, Jane's back. I'm so over these stupid drivers. I'm so sick of this weather. I need a new job. I work with a bunch of idiots. If someone knows of anything, let me know. I would start tomorrow. She's definitely networking on social media, but she's networking in a negative manner. This is a much better way of how to network on social media. You could also tag specific people that we've already offered to help while you were in school. Let them know that you're ready to start working. We could see that Jane on July 14th towards the bottom put, "I did it. Thank you to everyone who helped support me the last 4 years." And she's got a picture of them graduating. Above that on August 14th, "Hi everyone. I'm looking for new employment opportunity in teaching. I just finished my degree in July and I'm super excited to begin using it. If you know of any job openings in Northeast Indiana, please keep me in mind." So this is very positive, and this is certainly a much better example of how to network online. LinkedIn is another professional networking tool on social media, and this allows you to link with businesses and to people. Once you link, you have access to network contacts. You're able to exchange private messages to receive introductions, and you're able to do research on both people and businesses prior to meeting in person. There are 675 million monthly users as of September 2020. LinkedIn is a good research tool before you interview with the company. You can access their profile via LinkedIn and read up on the company. You can also check to see if you have any connections of the company that you could reach out to and find out more about the company or the job, and also see if they would consider recommending you for the position. Let's talk about a soundbite. A soundbite is a very short introduction of yourself. It lasts about 5 to 10 seconds. It may or may not lead to a lengthier conversation, and it's used when meeting a lot of people. It's used when you don't have much time. A soundbite is great when you don't have time for an elevator speech and you're meeting someone that you believe may be able to help connect you with a job. An example would be that you're at a fundraiser and there's a group of people from Parkview and you would like to go work there. Go up to one of them and say a few things about yourself to get a conversation started. They may not be in HR, but they would have connections. Let's take a look at a couple examples. "Hi, I'm Pat Jones. I'm a registered nurse and I'm very interested in working at Parkview." Or, "Hello, my name is Chris Smith. I'm looking for an opportunity to work as an IT programmer at a growing company." It's not easy for everyone to talk to strangers, so pick a few conversation starters that you like and try them out. The more you put yourself out there in practice, the easier it's going to become. If you're not yet comfortable using an elevator speech or a soundbite, you can try out with a conversation starter. They're also good to use when you actually have the time to speak with someone. There are examples of good conversation starters on page 13 of your handout. Again, if you registered with the link for the Allen County Public Library for today's workshop, this will be emailed to you. And you can also email the Allen County Public Library, and an address we'll give you at the end of today's broadcast in case you don't have it. Cold calling is calling or visiting a company without being asked to do so. Use your soundbite as a voicemail. It is often far more successful than you might think. If you're interested in working for a company, but they don't have any openings posted, you should reach out to anyone that you know that works there. If you don't know anyone there, then you should do a cold call. You can either call their HR or send them a resume or email. Some companies have contact information on their website. You should check their website before doing any kind of cold calling to see if they say anything specifically about that. They may say unsolicited resumes will not be accepted. That is not very common in this area. If someone asks you to call or email them, ensure you do it within a couple of days so they do not forget about the conversation that you had. Be sure to thank them for the lead or whatever help they are offering. When you get home or finish with this broadcast today, start determining what your current brand is. Write down your thoughts. Get opinions from others. Review your social media pages. If you aren't happy with what you see or hear, make changes to improve your image. Network, network, network. Use your handout to help you. Once you're happy with your brand, ensure you keep working to maintain that image with others. If you're asking yourself if you're done, If you're unsure how to tell when your personal brand is ready, ask your friends and your family for feedback again. You may not hear the exact words that you're looking for, but hopefully they have the same meaning. Example, you're striving for classy, reliable, and determined. Others say that you're professional, trustworthy, and focused. That's a win for you. Below are some of the listed sources that we worked with today and some of the sources that you can use as you move forward through here. And I'm going to turn it over to Tracy for some sources and resources that you can use from the Allen County Public Library. Tracy?
Thanks, Ian. So at the library, we do have several resources you can use. The biggest one, of course, is we do offer computer use at the main library and all of the branches. So if you need any help with working on your social media pages, or maybe working on a resume or a cover letter, things like that, we can help you with that. We also have a couple databases. One of them is called Udemy, and we can link that in the chat so you can see what that website is. You can use it in the library and outside of the library. You will need a Microsoft or Google email account to do that, but it offers all kinds of classes and courses, a lot of them having to do with building your brand, networking, things like that.
Great, thank you. We are going to open the floor to questions here in just a moment, but we do want to thank you for attending today's workshop. And we do want to let you know the staff at Work One Northeast Career Centers do help people find new or better jobs, choose careers, access training workshops, or get the information needed to succeed in today's job market. We have employment and training advisors at each center that are there to assist you at no charge to you. Please visit our website for location information, and you can contact us by clicking the Contact Us link on our website. And then I believe Crystal is going to open the floor to questions that y'all have typed into the chat feature.
Yeah, I don't see any questions yet. Only issues, I think there were some issues. I mean, if you weren't clear about how to get a handout, just go ahead and email ask@acpl.com.info, sorry. Yeah, and we can send you one. And yeah, I put some instructions on how to get to Udemy from our website. And like Tracy said, you do have to have a Google account, or I think it's a Microsoft account. And you would just need your library card if you're not inside the library. So there's lots of stuff. Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. If you joined a little late today, this does rebroadcast on the Allen County Public Library's YouTube page, correct? As well
yes, maybe in a week or so it will be on there. Yeah, so I just, I don't know if Tracy mentioned there were a lot of interview, I think there's an interview course on Udemy as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there was a networking, but just wanted to mention that. So.
Work One also offers some workshops on interviewing with confidence, and we do offer mock interviews here also. So some great resources for you as you move forward through your career search.
Are you doing that virtually at all right now? Or?
We do offer virtual as well as in person.
Okay.
And you are able to make an appointment so that we can work with you in safely social distance.
Great. I don't see any questions right now. If anybody thinks of anything, go ahead and email us. We're happy to help. We've got lots of resources here, and it's what librarians do. We're very happy to help. So.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for attending today.
Thanks, everybody.